So follow me. Hey, come on, babe, follow me. I'm the Pied Piper. Follow me, I'm the Pied Piper. And I'll show you where it's at.
What's up, guys? Spenny. Here's some free marketing advice for the administration. What is the single most obnoxious and annoying thing that most Americans have to deal with every single workday of their lives? Paying taxes, certainly. High living costs, those are very annoying. But I would argue that way up near the top, or maybe at the tippy top, depending on where you live, is traffic. We have an atrocious infrastructure problem in this nation, and we've grown too fast, and we haven't been able to keep up with the investment in our infrastructure. A lot of it's crumbling, a lot of it's terrible. And so there's traffic all over the place, especially in metropolitan areas that have grown by nearly 100%. And Charlotte, North Carolina is one of those. Over the last 20 years, the population of Charlotte, North Carolina has increased by 2x. It's grown at 100% rate. It's doubled in size. And so have they built double the roads? Of course not. The traffic around Charlotte is terrible. One of the worst metros in the country. But it's fixed now. Don't you worry. Here's Charlotte right now. Completely green traffic everywhere, all around. Anybody from Charlotte will tell you this is astonishing. Here's the live shot right now of Charlotte. You can see this is the live Google Maps, Charlotte, everything green. Nobody's ever seen anything like this. Why could it possibly be happening? Why is this happening? Well, it's happening because there are massive ice raids that are occurring all across Charlotte, North Carolina, specifically all across North Carolina, but Charlotte in particular. And these ice raids are rounding up criminal aliens. And it kind of leads a question like, how many illegals are there in Charlotte? If you can do these ice raids, and the reasons why there's no traffic on the road is that you need a warrant. You need a warrant in order, this was explained to me. You can't just kick in a door. You got Fourth Amendment rights in this country, and that's a good thing. We shouldn't shred those. You have to have reasonable search and seizure. You want the government to have to go get a warrant before they can kick in your house door. You want that, trust me. But when it comes to apprehending criminal aliens, well, that means they have to stay in their houses, right? Their domiciles. ICE can go roll you up if they catch you lacking. If you're in the street, ICE will just go roll you up. So that means all the criminal aliens in an area lock down and hunker down. And that's exactly what we're seeing. 30,000 students enrolled in Charlotte public schools were absent on Monday as ICE appeared in the city. Anybody telling you that we have 15 to 20 million illegal aliens is gaslighting you. Is it more like 80 million? How many criminal aliens are there? Look at this. Job site in Chicago. I'm sorry, in Charlotte, completely empty. In Chicago, too. Ain't no Migos going to work today. They ain't coming back to work. My job is a ghost town. I work with over 70 Migos. Yeah. A teacher from the east side of Charlotte says her classroom is completely empty now that DHS is in the city. Please keep east side of Charlotte in your prayers. Our classrooms are empty. Babies are scared. Baby's got to go home. Mom and daddy got to go home. Outrage erupting as nonprofit in North Carolina uses a church to train hundreds of leftists to shield criminal aliens from federal agents. Shut down the church, dude. It's like obvious. This is an insurrection, isn't it? Wouldn't it be an insurrection? If you are trying to stop federal law enforcement. Also, the foreigners are waving Mexican flags at anti-ICE protests in Charlotte. They're furious the federal agents have arrested hundreds of criminal aliens and gang members. I should do a clean sweep of the entire crowd. I bet half of them are illegals. By the way, I always find it amazing that they wave Mexican flags and then they'll scream and shriek when you send them back to Mexico. Bro, you're like waving the flag. See? Mexico? No. This is a bakery in Charlotte, North Carolina. It looks like an invasion to me. Here you go. Is the waving of the Mexican flag. Argentinian flag, I think. I don't know. But like, what the hell is this? You know, I saw an account that was like, growing up in North Carolina, it was just like, you know, white people, black people. That was just the makeup of North Carolina. Now it's like 55% Hispanic. They've replaced the entire population. They've changed the entire population, and they're targeting red states. They're doing this. They're targeting red states. Because what they're going to do is then they're going to, like, Democrats are going to get in power. They're going to nationalize all of these criminal aliens illegally, but immediately, and then they're going to try and flip red states blue. Like with just that. So they're going to shove as many criminal aliens into red states as possible. They want to flip North Carolina blue forever. That's the goal here. The streets of Charlotte have been taken over by foreigners waving their flags. Police have surrendered. Power is quickly devolving into chaos. A liberal white woman brags about helping illegal aliens evade ICE in Charlotte. Welcome to the Longhouse. Could you imagine? Like this? These are the same kind of ladies that will. These are the kind of ladies that were giggling when they were suggesting COVID camps for the unvaccinated. It's the same kind of lady. It's always been the same kind of lady. Protests are popping off in North Carolina with people waving foreign flags. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? You know, you never see stuff like this in other countries. We're the only country dumb enough, stupid enough, weak enough. You never see stuff like this in other countries. I mean, I guess there's some stuff like this in Europe. But like, could you imagine going, like, a bunch of Americans going to Saudi Arabia illegally and then waving American flags? I mean, I guess we tried it in Iraq and Afghanistan. Didn't work out well. You know what I mean? Illegals in Charlotte, North Carolina, refused to comply with ICE, forcibly removed from their car. Illegals should self-deport. Right, things are going to get out of control, man. North Carolina man looks around an empty construction site. Leave the workers alone. This job should be filled right now. Shut up. Don't hire illegals, dude. Hire Americans. We know what you're doing. North Carolina teacher has her entire elementary school showing how many absentees there are. Look at this. Look at this. Every single one of them is a criminal alien. Look at how many absent kids there are. This is taxpayer-funded schools, and the criminal aliens don't pay taxes. Do you realize how fraudulent? Do you realize what's going on here? How many criminal alien students are there in our school system? Look at this. You're welcome, saying DHS. Charlotte has 900,000 residents, and more than 150,000 are foreign nationals. That's roughly 1 in 6 people. When a city carries numbers like that, it shows up everywhere. Murders are up 200%, aggravated assaults, knives, gun crime, strong arm robberies, same period. Families feel the strain in housing, classrooms, basic public safety. This is the environment CBP walked into because the scale of the population shift and the rise in violent crimes outpaced what local agencies can handle on their own. A city cannot function when the pressure points stack up like this in Charlotte. It's going to get worse. Stop pretending otherwise. This is my state of North Carolina before I got on X. I thought illegal immigration was a conspiracy theory. Trump was weaponizing a rare issue. I was wrong. Trump was right. This is an invasion. Yeah, this is an invasion. Look at your North Carolina resident here. There you go. There's just your classic North Carolinian here. I'm sure his great-great-grandpappy fought in the Civil War, right? Yeah. Please. This is insane. 21,000 students were absent today in Charlotte public schools. That's 15% of total enrollment. This is why class sizes are so big. Resources are being stretched thin, and translators are needed. They're replacing you and making you pay for it. A whopping 65% of their students are absent in this elementary school after ICE raids are conducted. This is insane. Not one more penny should be spent on educating illegal aliens. Charlotte elementary school teacher admits on TV that his classroom of 16 students, only 4 showed up. So how many illegals are there actually? Charlotte before ICE, Charlotte after ICE. That's right. How many illegals are there? Holy smokes. Oh, man. All right. Tom Homan's warning for the riots in Charlotte. Careful. Didn't work out great in LA or Chicago. Charlotte's a red state and a Trump state, right? In North Carolina. Well, Republicans better get smart and work to fix it right now. That's insane. Here you go.
You're looking live, Mr. Homan, of some shots Big protest out in Charlotte where Charlotte's Web is unfolding. What would you say to those people out on the street threatening ICE officers, all wound up at night?
You cross the line, you're going to be prosecuted. You slash a tire, you're going to be prosecuted. You impede ICE, you're going to be prosecuted. Pam Boendi's doing a great job. President Trump told me personally months ago, zero tolerance. You break the law, you impede us, you will be prosecuted by the federal government. I'd also ask them what they have achieved. What did they achieve in LA protests and Chicago protests and Charlotte protests and New York City? What did they achieve? I'll tell you what they achieved. Every time they do this, they achieve more officers are sent to do these operations, more arrests are made, and we flood the zone with more officers. The results of all this foolishness, more arrests, more safety on the street, more ICE officers, they're not going to stop us from doing this. We're going to be there tonight. We're going to be there tomorrow. We're going to be there every day because President Trump made a promise to the American people that we're going to have the biggest deportation operation this country's ever seen. By the end of the week, we'll be at over 600,000 deportation, historic record. And that's just since President Trump's been in office. We're not even counting the first 4 months of the Biden administration during the fiscal year.
Wow.
So we're going to keep doing this job. We are not walking away. We're keeping President Trump's promise to make this country safe again, one illegal criminal at a time.